A pleasant good evening to each and every one of you in Georgetown, Guyana, the diaspora, Little Guyana, and elsewhere. Fellow Guyanese, I don't need to apologize for what happened yesterday. Because yesterday, I was doing a video, as you all maybe look at it, and when I was coming to the most important thing for the Palestinian and our brothers and sisters of the Israel faith or religion, I was interrupted by some of the angels of the devil. And yes, even though I believe in certain things, and you see my behavior, I want you all to know. Sometimes when the weather is calm, it can become a storm. When the ocean is smooth, it can become rough. Depends upon the situation that is given unto it. We are only human beings. If nature can react on the way it is when we misjudge it, so do I, a man, a human being. So what am I apologizing for? The illiterateness and the ignorance of those who have caused it? And then if I am wrong, I'm not apologizing because God's supposed to be great. And he was mad and wronged the world and killed everything and only saved 8 people and a pair of every other animal, birds, whatever it is, who didn't do him nothing. And he named God. And he's forever and ever, amen. I'm temporary. You mash my toes and you don't think I will scream? So I'm not apologizing for that. I'm a human like all of you because we all have the good days, the bad days. But I'm delivering a message to everyone. But the devil is very powerful. Now what I was about to release about my Israelite brothers and sisters and the Palestinians, like many others, who've been killed for nothing. But that is why I will continue here today. And I will release a video by Brother Obama when he was president, I think, 10 years ago, what he says. So therefore, my advice to every Guyanese and every people around the world, be careful with those who you rescue and bring into your house or help to save their life. For one day they will become your master and treat you worse than garbage. We are seeing it right now in the Palestinian country. And I am nothing against the Palestinian people, and I am nothing against the Jewish people. But for a nation that condemned Germany, Nazi Germany and Hitler to the 21st century in our time to do what they are doing, they are 10 times worse than him. Yes, they are 10 times worse than him because they are in people's country that they were sent to because of the British and the great United States of America. And what is amazing, I love America. It's a great nation. But genocide also was committed by the ancestors in the past until America was born in the 17th century, and then things start to change. I will not blame present American for the past. Never would I do that. Nor I will not blame today's generation for slave trade. And therefore, I think the black race should stop talking bullshit about slavery when this generation is not responsible for it. Because what y'all are doing, you're opening a little crack to be wiser than an ocean without any motion. Think of what y'all are doing. You will create a situation for yourself, your family, and your grandchildren. Stop it. Stop it. If the Bible story is true with the Quran and the rest, and Moses was crossing the Jews across the Red Sea, that God gave him the power to part the Red Sea and cross his people over, and he went to get the commandment from God how to live. They were living disorderly, and he threw the commandment in their face. He said, if you cannot live by the law, you must die by it. And ladies and gentlemen, in Guyana, we have a man named Moses who happens to be a vice president under the APNU government. He had a meeting in Queens, an Indian by the way, who stated that the late Chetty Jagan, the father of Guyana, so I don't know if the Amerindian is who's there, because for Chetty to come to Guyana and be the father of Guyana, something wrong. Hypocrisy, evilness, and corruption goes with Indian race. 100%. I got the blood in me, so I have no apology to this, but the decent one, the honorable one, keep on from this bullshit nonsense. Mr. Moses Nagamutu, like the Moses of the Bible, the prophet. He said that Dr. Jagan talked to him in the bush. Moses, when I am dead and gone, you must rule Guyana. Well, I talk about it on Straight Talk, that I wonder if Jagan was God, because the real Moses talked to God on a fire burning bush. But the coolie Moses in Guyana, the hypocrite, that fool, let it be known, I'm not afraid of you, Moses. Remember, we all have to die. It's not a threat. You hurt mine, I gonna hurt yours. And that is direct. It's not a threat. You don't hurt mine, I don't have to hurt yours. Isn't that clear? And we gonna clarify that just now before you get on with your bullshit. And very soon you're gonna eat your shit too. I talk on Straight Talk about Moses. And I talk also about Mr. Ramjatan. But let me tell y'all something, y'all don't know who's behind us. We are all dead people. And it is only a fool fight for wealth. And when he die, he leave it behind. And if his wife young, she fuck with the next man and everything gone. Or his daughter, or his son, with a bitch, take everything for another man. Where y'all going? I said this, I have no apology for you two Indian slang, Nagamutu and Moses. You, who write me a letter when I wrote to you, you second in command, you're nothing but garbage. I tell you so today. And you, Mr. Ramjatan, who told me, your investigator told you my son was guilty. You have family in Queens. You have them all over, and your sons. You could take this how you all like it with APNU because they are killers. The ignorant black man loves to burn, loot, and kill. The educated one keep away from it. But I want you all learn from Israel and the Palestinians. Y'all are no difference. When Venezuela wants 60% of Guyana, listen to my name, George Emmanuel Correa. Listen to my Muslim name, George Khan. I'm a part of the Bacchus, the Eden, the Dean, the Ali, and many others. So y'all don't even know my family mothers who's behind us. And I got plenty Hindu family too. From Black Bush Pole, Skeldon, Mandrepole. So I want y'all to know, I am a very forgiving man. But those who's behind us is not forgiving. Because if you scratch me, they'll have to scratch you back. All right? But my argument is plain and simple here today. What you like for yourself, you must like for others. We all human beings, we are in this world for a short effing time. The devil and God will outlive us. Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him, he says Jesus, Musa as Moses, Abraham, which you hear from the Muslim religion, Abraham, the father of the world. And you also hear it in the Christian. There's only Hinduism got 3 million gods, and you got Ram and Krishna, Lakshman and Sita, and Kaku and KK, and all them bullshit with that rat. I don't go for those rats. I want you all to understand this is nothing personal. We are all in this world for a short time. Treat your women with respect. Stop humiliating them. They are your wife. Your future generation for bring forth your children. They are not hoes or beggars and you take advantage on them. And you women, your men are not your servant or your slave. That many of you insult them, they must go to bed with their own mother. Stop it. Y'all are low class, corrupt, covetous, vindictive, uneducated. I never heard a black woman in Guyana said to her husband, he must go and F his mother. But Indian house, My sister-in-law, industry go in rice and chung. Wife, that piece of trash for my hiker. Said my brother must screw your own mother. The same mother, an Indian woman, who brought her into the family when I object to it and tell you this woman is not the woman for our family. She didn't want me to go to my hiker to see the family. I went with a Chinese friend in a car following them. I said to my mother, on the way going you will have an accident, turn back. She didn't believe me. When we close to meet my hiker, they hit a car with the car. The car agreed, Ma! They didn't expect I was in a car behind them. I come out and I said, listen, turn back. That woman is not for this family. My mother rebuked me. You got a Chinese wife, I want an Indian whore like myself. My mother accepted it was a whore. Whether she knew it or not, illiteracy, ignorance. But really and truly, all woman happens to be a whore but not a prostitute. Because they don't speak English, they don't understand the real definition of the word. Okay? According to the French and according to Latin, a whore is considered a productive individual, but a prostitute is hand to hand. Let me give it to you all straight in Latin and other things. Don't underestimate me. I don't know to read and write. It's not good and dull, not right. What you all think? You illiterate bastards who want to condemn people. Don't matter how much you all kill and thief, where you all taking it. Well, let's get back to Israel. 1947. After Adolf Hitler killed so much of them, we heard about 6 million Jews was gas chambered. But we didn't hear about the 200 or something thousand people that died, the Gurkha Indian, the black people in Africa and other places who was fighting against the Germans to protect the same Jews who today talking about only 6 million. What happened to the hundreds of thousands of others? Unless due to the bomb and the killing, it dismantled their brain and their memory. Black people died. In Egypt, there's a cemetery. I was there. I didn't lay a wreath because I don't believe in it. One of the most kept cemeteries for the dead of World War II is in Egypt, Alexandria. Tell them I told you so, George Correa. 1972. Young man, I was there. And I was in a hotel called the Bel Air, or I forgot right now, forgive me, where the men dressed like women actually with a skirt, the Indian descendant. All Egyptians are Indian descendants anyway, mixed up with black and Mongolian like Arab. All of y'all are the same. But in a country like Saudi Arabia and certain Arab countries where women do not have their rights, they can't drive, they can't work, they can't think what are they slaves, but yet you Muslims around the world support Saudi Arabia. Support this kind of hypocrisy. You support Saudi Arabia and Libya and others, Egypt, who are exploiting black people, Indian, Philippine, raping and beating them and slaving them, and you are talking about human rights? You bloody hypocrites! Y'all don't get bad dreams? The difference between the Indian race and the black is vast. Black people quick to get into trouble if they're not educated. Politicians and misguided priests could cause them to commit suicide. But the educated one is beyond that. An Indian, same thing. The uneducated Indian, quick to cause, stop, and insult and fight, while the educated one keep away. My friends, I understand life. I've been to 87 countries. I don't count islands. And I want you all to know today, let's stop this bickering, fighting in Guyana and open up the door to the less fortunate from Africa to India, the Caribbean and others who had opened up the door to us. Remember, India wrote up the debt for the Tata bus. Mr. Pandey, the Prime Minister of Trinidad, write up the $800 and something million debt when Jagan get power for the oil that Burnham had taken from Eric Williams and Chambers. Y'all want history? Come to George Correa. adults, and uneducated fool. Friends, I'm going to let my cameraman release a video about the former President Obama speak about Israel and the Palestinians. I want Biden to take a look at this. Appreciate it, please.
But the Palestinian people's right to self-determination, their right to justice, must put yourself in their shoes. Look at the world through their eyes. It is not fair that a Palestinian child cannot grow up in a state of their own, living their entire lives with the presence of a foreign army that controls the movements every single day. It's not just when settler violence against Palestinians goes unpunished. It's not right to prevent Palestinians from farming their lands or restricting a student's ability to place Palestinian families from their homes. Neither occupation nor expulsion is the answer. Just as Israelis built a state in their homeland, Palestinians have a right to be a free people in their own land.
Yes, friends. There you have it. And I want you to know I also received another documentary from the 1947 to now, when the Jews first arrived in the Palestinian country and was welcomed and greeted with the Palestinian people who accept them. That is why I named this video, Be Careful with Those You Rescue. Now, what amazed me, Brother Obama make it clear. If you are the one that arrived in a country as hostage or whatever due to the madman Hitler, for what he has done, after gas simmering 6 million Jews, and you was kicked out from Poland and all over Europe because you never have a resting place, it seems to be a reason. You're a troublemaker. So I want you to know, everybody wants to have an angel or God or Jesus next to them, but they don't want Barabbas and the 40 thieves. Why are you being kicked out in every country, 100 or something country? I was made, it's alleged, to understand that everywhere you go, you're being kicked out. Something wrong. I think y'all should examine your genetics. We are all human. I love y'all. I condemn the killing from Hamas and others, but I also condemn you for what you're doing right now. But I'm only a human. Well, I call upon the God of Abraham, your father, and maybe he's not mine because he don't listen to me, to put an end to this. If you, the Jewish people, are right, let an earthquake or a disease wipe the Palestinian out so they don't have to wake up to go through what you're doing to them. Because you're doing worse to them than Adolf Hitler have done to your people. I am telling you that. You may not like it. I condemn killing of anything. And if you are right, God must bless you and give you a million folds ahead. But if you're wrong, like the Palestinian that you're wiping out because they're fighting back, then he must give you the same curse. I'm asking, I want to be fair. Am I wrong to say this? I'm not against you, the Jews, or the Palestinians. For all I care, one says salam, and the wall is an alarm, and I don't care one piece, providing you all get off the alarm. Because you all are the troublemakers. Somebody rescued you in 1947-48, and you want to invade their country and keep pushing out on account of Brother Obama, the President of America, a son, a great-grandson of Kenya and America, black and white, to tell the truth in American history, in the Democratic Party, only living today, as I sit here, to see the President of America, Joe Biden, who was a two-term vice president, if I remember right, become the president to cancel what Brother Obama says and only support Israel. Where could it be peace? Come on, Joe. Before the Lord make his final answer, correct your mistake and take your stand. America was founded on a principle of bring you poor and everything. How would you like Joe Biden, President of America, in due respect to you and your Congress, the Mexican, the Venezuelan, the Guatemalan, and all those who are coming through the border of California, Texas, and elsewhere, one day started to kill black and white Americans and taking over those places? What would you do? Come on, Joe. They said, what goes up must come down, and what goes around will come around. I am an American, whether north or south. And under the Democratic Party with JFK, Guyana suffer on to this day because John F. Kennedy with Dean Ross have created Guyana problem between the East Indian descendants and the blacks descendants. And then you put a man named Lyndon Sampson Ross Burnham to rule, a liar son of a effing bitch. And you get rid of a man named Teddy Barrett Jagan, Judas bastard the carrot in reincarnation as Teddy Jagan. Now, the world is too educated, Joe. Wake up, my brother. I know you're old, and yes, you want peace. But that's not the way to go. America gets what America wants. We will die fighting here for this country. Your ancestors have fought against Britain, France, and others. And in the 17th century, you was independent. God have blessed you. And you have grown to materialism. You open up your border and your doors to the less fortunate. But you also have committed genocide in some country. You may not like it or you like it, but I'm not educated, I'm not a professor. I'm a dummy, a fool. In my country, they say I'm an asshole. Say my shit smell high, use some cosmetics so you don't have to smell it since you are aristocratic. You know? But I have no apology to this. But I want you all to know clearly, the wrong things you do shall come against the land where you belong. Let us unite and make this world a better place, Joe. Call for the stopping of this war of Israel and what they are doing to the Palestinians. Now let me make it clear. We have seen months ago, before the 7th of October, bulldozers was bulldozing the land, the houses of Palestinian people. Journalists was killed, and they said it's an accident, is investigating, because they were exposing everything with the cell phone and the camera. You cannot lie. This is not the 1960s, Joe. I beg of you, in the name of God, Allah, let it be peace amongst this world right now, and unite this world so we could be, in the last days, enjoy life, share love, honor decency and respect, so we can go forward and make a better future for the next generation to come. We have war in Mozambique. We have war in Kenya. We have war in Ghana. We have war in Nigeria. We have war in Venezuela, Guyana, and I have to congratulate the U.S. Congress and you, Joe, for lifting the ban of Venezuela. And I want you to lift the sanction from all countries that you have sanctioned, because human beings have to live. You are not Jesus, you're not Muhammad, you're not God, you're not Moses. And how many more people can we kill? And I want to ask you a question, President Joe Biden. Brother Obama, the president of this country, former president, know what he was saying. You cannot be rescuing a man's country and want to kick him out. I don't care what the Bible says, because King James changed the Bible to marry another woman. So right away, the Bible is not a void. Kick it out. I'm not here to say anything. I believe in God and every human. I don't believe in religion. So I'm calling on the United States government. Let's unite and make this world a better place. Joe, it is better to have friends than have enemies. As you might see right now, the whole of Africa is going to the coast of China, Russia. Now let me name it, Joe, if you forgot. Russia, India, Brazil, South Africa, and others want their own currency. And we see what happened to Brother Gaddafi, dying in a gutter. One of the most decent, honorable men in Africa who's trying to help everybody. But again, I want you to understand, America is a great country. You have people from every walk of life. But your country, America and England, that create the Middle East problem today. Because when they was to come to Guyana, Churchill, Chamberlain, and the U.S. president denied them their rights and sent them there. I would have rather to have them in Guyana than have 235 to 40,000 blacks in Guyana, 249 to 51,000 Indians in Guyana, who cannot agree in a country that is exploiting the indigenous people and the other race, fighting and killing, and all they want to do is thief and kill. Guyana don't have a court system, Joe. We are the only English-speaking country in South America, followed by the Falkland. Come on now. And we have Belize and the Caribbean. Let's unite and make this world a better place for humanity. And therefore, for my Israelite brothers and sisters and Palestinians, stop the killing of each other. But I ask you, oh God, if Israel is wrong, give them a disease and an earthquake. Show the world that you are the God of Abraham. And if the Palestinians is wrong, do the same to them. That's the only way the eyes of the ignorant and the fools and the corrupted can wake up. I am not Jesus, Isa nor Muhammad. I'm just an ordinary man, but I feel for both sides. And stop the bombing, Netanyahu. For how long will the Lord give you to live? Let me hope you will not be sick and have to play with your filth. Because sometimes the Lord makes a funny example. But then we are standing in the middle. And for Guyanese, Indian and black, unite. We need a national front government. Because under the blacks, we suffer. And under the Indian, corruption is so high, the clouds have competition. And I would like you all to subscribe to my channel, George Correa, and also subscribe to my channel as I said, and please, I am your host, George Correa. If I offend you in my way of speaking, I apologize. Remember, I'm uneducated. Thank you. May God be with all of you.